Hello everyone. So today we are going to brew coffee in a slightly different method, and we believe that this is one of the very simplest methods you can use, and we believe that it is going to yield a really great cup of coffee. We will be experimenting this method in the upcoming videos with various coffee to water proportions, and we will see where the best results are received. So this is the first of its kind, and we will move on to brewing it. For this you need approximately 16 to 20 grams of coffee. We have taken 20 grams of coffee and we will pour the coffee in a flask. Now what you need to do is you need to take water to a pre-boiling temperature with a set ratio, coffee to water ratio. Here we are using 1 parts of coffee and 16 parts of water. So you pour the water into the flask where you want to brew the coffee and gently stir it so that the coffee evenly mixes in the flask. You can put the stirrer aside. Now why we are trying to experiment with this method. This method is a hybrid of, you can say, the pour over coffee, because we are using the pour over equipment. We are going to use the conical dripper and the conical filter paper to filter the coffee. It is in principle an immersion method where the coffee is immersed in water for approximately 30 seconds to 60 seconds depending upon what kind of strength you need in your brew. And it also somewhat close to the siphon method where the coffee is boiled with water and the water flows through a narrow tunnel into another flask. So we believe that it may help us brew coffee in a slightly lower amount of time, and thus this experiment. So what we need next is, we have our cup, we have the conical dripper in place. We will be keeping the coffee, we will let the coffee settle in the flask for approximately 45 to 60 seconds. So as per our watch, 35 to 40 seconds are gone. We will wait for just 20 seconds more and then we will start pouring our coffee. So this is the filter paper which is used for pour over method. This is the conical dripper, and gently move the coffee in the flask and slowly pour the coffee from the flask into your pour over dripper. So the more slow you are, the more controlled your flow is, the more better the coffee flow is going to be in the cup. And it is possible that with such a low time it may brew a slightly diluted coffee. So if it is diluted, we will increase the time next time. If it is really strong, we will look to decrease the time in the next brew. You can see that the pour over filter is completely filled. This is the conical dripper and the coffee is flowing into the cup. It's going to slowly flow here. We can use the stirrer a bit to move the coffee around so that again the extraction is uniform and the flow is maintained and the coffee keeps filtering. Well, in this method it is possible that a lot of coffee particles get clogged at the bottom and they affect the water flow and they obstruct the water flow. So it is important to keep stirring it a bit. The more stirring, it doesn't have to be very much agitated, but yes, it helps always. So I think in next 10 to 15 seconds, the coffee is going to be completely brewed. This is a single shot video, so we won't be able to show the cup that you have. Or maybe we can do, let's do this. So I'm taking the camera off from the tripod. Let's focus on the coffee. So you can see the flask looks like this at this point of time. The coffee is almost gone inside and smells really good. So let's do this. You have the coffee dripping. If you can see in the camera, you can see the coffee dripping. So there are small particles left. You can give a gentle swirl to it again the way we did earlier so that the coffee settles. It's time to move the flask from here, move it to move it on the flask, and this is your freshly brewed coffee, and we are going to test it in a bit very soon. Looks delicious. We'll give you the experience of this coffee in the next video. Till then, have a good day. Bye bye. You have a great weekend ahead.